Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. So I am getting ready today for my niece's birthday party, and we're gonna have a few family members, and I'm really excited to see my family again. It's been a long time since we've all been together, and I want to do some quick makeup. I only have about 50 minutes or so to do this, so I'm going to try to hurry, and I haven't really gotten everything out that I will be using, so I'm going to try not to make too much noise here while I'm getting everything. But I think I want to wear lashes today. I would love to do like a colored liner, but I really do want to use some kind of purple shadow today as well. So that's going to be a thing. But what I like actually doing sometimes, instead of doing like shadow on the top lid, do some kind of shadow but more neutral and then stick to like a color on the bottom. So we might do that today. And we're just going to get into this look. So the very first thing I'm going to do, I have already moisturized my skin, but because I'm feeling extra dry, I'm going to use this Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Night Eye Cream. Yes, it's for nighttime, but I'm using it right now. And I just noticed I have a whole bunch of flyaways. So like, I'm not sure if you've noticed, I did actually straighten my hair today, and it's super shiny, looks super healthy, and it's because I dyed it dark. I had really light hair before, if you'll remember, and I cut off like 7 inches of my hair, which I actually feel really good about. It's just nice to get rid of all the dead split ends. And now my hair looks more like the color of my eyebrows and also my eye color. I think it just looks better. It's not my natural color. My natural color is dark ash blonde, but this gives it a little bit more life. And it looks good for fall. Okay, so I pretty much just added a serum and some eye cream because I already did moisturize. I just don't really want to have this like huge slick of moisturizer on my face before I do my makeup. So I'm going to go in with my Becca Skin Love Brighten and Blur Primer. And even though this is a Brighten and Blur Primer, it'll still help to make my skin a little bit more moisturized. So I'm going to go in with this a little bit more than I normally would. This is how much I'm using. So on my cheeks, I'll mainly focus on the areas that I have issues with, and then kind of spread it out from there. Around my nose, I will press the product into my skin. Good. And I'm going to use my sponge again, but instead of wetting it with water, I'm actually going to use setting mist for it. So I'm going to spray it with some MAC Fix Plus. And I'm going to put my foundation, which will be my Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation in Natural Beige, right on top of the sponge. So I'm going to start with 2 pumps and slowly work this into my skin. So now keep in mind that the sponge is super saturated because I did put the setting spray right on this part here. And it'll also just make this foundation blend right into my skin. And I think it'll give it something extra too, because instead of just using water, I use setting mist. So we'll see what it looks like. It's actually going on quite nice. It's a nice sheer layer, which is kind of what I was going for, really. Because even though this is a Comfort Matte Foundation, I'm going to use some of my Hollywood Flawless filter. I just want my skin to look like my skin, but just a little bit better. And I think I'm going to bronze today instead of contour, just to give my skin a little bit of life. So now I'm going to go in with basically 2 products at the same time. So I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in light beige. I'm going to use this underneath the eye area and blend that out. And that's the only place I'm going to put it today. And I'm going to take my Hollywood Flawless filter in 4 medium and just use it to give my face some light everywhere where a natural kind of highlight would kind of show up, I guess. And we're going to use a sponge to blend this all out. Again, I'm going to spray the other side of my sponge now, the one I use for concealer, so it's also damp. And this will just brighten up the entire underneath eye area. It kind of looks like it's glistening on the skin. So even though I did use that matte foundation, this is just going to give me a little bit of that life back into my skin, a little bit of glow. I'm going to go right into my powder, so I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way as well. Just a little bit here that I have left. I will be using the sponge and setting underneath the eye. I'm going to take my Spotlight Duster F37. I've been actually using this for powder and lightly going over my face, just on the areas that are a little damp, I guess, for lack of a better word. Just a light feathery dusting. And right after powder, I'm going to go right in and do my eyebrows, just so I can kind of balance my face and see what else I need for this look. It's usually a good start to do your foundation, concealer, get your powdering done, and then do your brows. So instead of showing this on camera, we're just going to skip through it and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we are done with the brows. They're looking pretty darn good. I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D Shade in Light Contour Palette. I'm not contouring. I'm going to take a little bit of this medium color and I'm going to just kind of dust it on my cheeks and forehead as if I was getting like kind of a tan, I guess. That's why I did not highlight. I'm also going to use this same color to sculpt my eyes a little bit. So I don't think I'm going to put any color on my lid. I might sculpt with this shade, and then I actually might just add some sparkle. And I haven't decided where I'm going to get that from yet. It might be the Tati Beauty palette, actually. I had so many other choices in front of me, and I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do today. So I'm going to go in with the lighter shade, the grayer toned one here, on an E35 by Sigma, and just go right into the crease of my eye and just go ahead and do some shading here. I'm bringing it quite far out to my temple. And I'm going to bring it into my nose area and just shade in here as well. Just to give my eye and around my nose area a little bit of definition. And now that I'm actually in here, we're going to do a little bit on the cheekbone. I'm just going to bring it up to my ear. And then add the color to the temple so that it blends in with the eye. And that is it for the color, like for the depth on the eye. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is use a Tarte blush. I haven't actually used my palettes in a while. So I'm going to use my Blush Bliss palette. I'm going to dip into all the colors just because I love these colors so much. They're so pretty together. And lightly, and I mean lightly, add some color to my cheeks. I'm going to find that sparkly palette. And actually, I wonder if a highlight would work better. My favorite by Benefit right now is Cookie. This is the Cheekleaders Mini Bronze Squad palette. I'm actually going to add this to the inner corner first. And I'm going to use this really weird, like, shaped brush here. This is the Precision Brush 4D HD. I'm going to spray it with some MAC Fix Plus first, just one side of it. Dip it into the Cookie highlighter. Normally I would use this brush for concealer to really pack it in the corner and make it brighter, but I'm going to use it for this because it's got that really nice point to it. Add it to the inner corner. Okay, while I'm in this palette, I'm going to take my Morphe M501 highlight brush, dip it into the same highlighter, and add a little bit to my cheekbone. My nose. Cupid's bow, chin, and kind of between my brows. I like giving a little bit of light here as well. Okay, so now in the Tati palette, I'm just going to see if there's a color that really speaks to me. I want something really sparkly. Oh, what do we want to do? I'm going to take some of Aura. I'm going to go into the sparkly shade here. Well, it's this one. I'm going to use my finger and just add some sparkles to my lid. And now I don't really know if I want sparkle or... Okay, so that's not really what the look I'm going for. I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to take some of the metallic, or maybe I'll do Sequin. I think Sequin Aura would be better. And just brush it on my lid using an E25. And this is dry, so I'm just giving a little bit of light to my eye. Okay, so I'm going to, I kind of wanted to line my lower lash line with purple, but I feel like this looks pretty nice actually. I'm just going to line my upper lash line with my Too Faced Better Than Sex. And I'm pretty much just giving my eyelashes kind of a base to stick to. So I'm going to go in with my mascara now. And we're going to skip this part. I'll skip lashes and we'll come back. I'm only putting a gloss on my lips, so like not crazy makeup here today. We'll be right back. Okay, so while we're actually waiting for the glue to dry on my lashes here, and I'll just show you the lashes that I'm using. It says Pro Beauty Essentials. I got from Winners, I believe, or maybe Marshalls. They're Wispies, the 3D Foam Mink Lash, and they just look like that. So I'm just waiting for glue to dry. So I did use my Jeffree Star lip gloss in the shade Mouthful. So it's more of a pinky shade and I like it. It's just all natural and pretty, and it's just, the look is pulled together without wearing like tons of shadow. And you guys know that I love a shadow. Like I love my colored eyes, and actually lately neutrals too. But today, because it's my niece's birthday party, she's turning 1, and it's actually ironic to me. It's so funny because my daughter and her are technically the same age because they'll both be 1 at the same time, but only for 5 months or so. It's weird. It's weird for me to even think that because like Danny's already 5 months old. I can't believe it's already been 5 months. I just made myself a Starbucks brewed cold brew. But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Okay, we're going to try attempting to put this lash on here. Whenever I'm rushing, I always have trouble. This is actually the perfect size for me right now. It's not too long and they're not too short. They're just perfect. I just hope this glue stays. So I'm going to glue down the other one now. I'll wait for this a little bit before I try to kind of maneuver it around. Sometimes I feel weird wearing eyelashes when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup because I feel like it's overdone, but at the same time, it's nice to kind of have some lashes on. I don't know. They look really pretty when you're just wearing lashes, and it's like, whoa, look at those lashes. I think I've tried individuals once and they just didn't stay on. I don't know how people use them, and people say that they're like easier to apply, but I don't really find that. I find that they're a bit harder. But maybe it's just that they look more natural. That could be a possibility. So we're going to try the other lash now. Okay, so I totally changed my mind. I'm just adding a little bit of purple to the lower lash line here. This purple pencil is a Morphe colored pencil and it is called Fashionista. So I'm running it along the waterline as well as just between the lashes, kind of. Just for that dramatic flair. I love me some purple and I love me some dramatic flair. That is so pretty. Do the same to the other side now. And I kind of want to smudge that liner a little bit. So I am going to go into my Morphe Jaclyn Hill The Vault palette. And I'm going to go into Rockstar, which is the shade I've had my eye on. So it's this kind of maroon color here. I will use, and actually, oh yes, I'm going to use this pinpoint concealer. It's such a tiny brush and it's going to be perfect. I don't really want to line. I just want to smudge it in between my lashes a little bit. Just so it doesn't look perfectly precise. And then I'm going to take this detailed diffused crease brush. It is an E33, and dip it into that shadow again and just blend it slightly out on the lower lash line here. And that is it. I love that. Ooh, I have some fallout here, so we're just going to wipe that away with my powder brush. Whoop, and done. And last but not least, I'm going to take that little highlighter brush again and just put some of this highlighter right underneath my brow. Sounds quite windy outside. It's weird. I think that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I'd love if you subscribed. It would help me out so much. And last but not least, click that little bell button so you'll be notified every time I post a video. We'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.